Now we are.
I know. All right, everybody. Welcome to National Chimps, the college football bowl season preview. Sadly, boys, it's coming to an end. We only have 3 weeks left of college football.
Hate it. Worst time of the year, but also the best time of the year because now we get to start watching basketball.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost time to make money on
basketball.
basketball.
Yeah, right. We're not making freaking money.
I was doing well until I spent all of my basketball money on football.
That'll do it.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah. True dumbass move. Good job on my end. Good job. All right, boys. The good news is we have a bracket. The bad news is it sucks.
Yeah, a little disappointing that the team that I was backing to win the whole damn thing as a dark horse doesn't even make the field when they didn't do anything wrong except lose to Miami in week 1 and Texas A&M in week 2. But apparently that was enough to leave them out of the field. I get it. I'm not mad about it. It's just a little disappointing. Wish the rankings would have just reflected that the whole time. And I'm really, really disappointed in the committee for not necessarily leaving Notre Dame out, but just penalizing teams differently just based on where they play and who they played and how it gets done. So I'm just going to kind of keep my 2 cents there because we know what side I'm on. But I think Alabama losing in their championship game while everybody else has to move down 1. It's just not the way it should have gone.
Not them though. Third loss. Don't move them.
Yeah, and then like you think about,
I also
like,
agree with that, and I'm a Bama fan. So
well, and they don't want to have these championship games mean anything, is what they're saying. They shouldn't be penalized, but maybe you shouldn't really be rewarded for winning it either. So if you're going to penalize teams for losing in that game, whether it's by 1 spot, then you shouldn't be moving teams if they win either. You should just go off of your eye test. But they want this game to matter for some and not matter for one. So I was just disappointed in that.
I think I'm more disappointed in we get the potential for 3 rematches.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying as well, especially when you could have very easily put Tulane in Oregon and James Madison at Ole Miss, or God, both gross.
You could have moved A&M to 6.
Yep, very, very much on board with that. Ole Miss, Miami would have been a ton of fun. And I think Texas A&M deserves to play a team like Tulane a little bit more than Ole Miss.
Especially after you lose your coach. I don't understand getting rewarded for that. I'm a little confused. I get the body of work, but also there's extenuating circumstances there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can think about what happened with Florida State losing their starting quarterback a few years ago, Jordan Travis, when he went down, and then Florida State getting left out of that smaller field. But
they still won the ACC.
Yeah, it's as we can see, the ACC is not very well respected. Their ACC champ didn't even get in, probably wasn't even considered for very long. And the fact that you're going to call James Madison better than Duke is a little crazy to me.
I don't.
I can understand Tulane, but James Madison is different. But I do have to give a shout out to James Madison Twitter. They are hilarious.
It's a good time.
I love this smack talk of Oregon. Like I saw a video of Oregon scoring a bunch of touchdowns in slow motion, and they were like, "Is this real? These guys are so slow. Like, how did they expect to win?" So, like, I've been enjoying the James Madison Oregon. I don't know if you want to call it beef, but it's something. It's something.
It's a good time, that's for sure. It's a good time. They do a good job. I can't remember like the beginning of the year, like something happened with that Twitter account. Like they said something wrong, and like they were like, "Oh, guys, we're so sorry. Like we didn't mean to mess up. Like we feel horrendous." And people were like, "Bro, no one gives a shit. Just run it." and I think the message went through because they are doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, they're having fun with it, and it's a nice little change of pace to just see some fun, friendly banter that doesn't mean anything unless James Madison somehow does it.
And then I think Oregon Twitter will be rooting for them the rest of the way.
I think everybody would. I
Yeah.
think if you saw an upset that big, you have no choice but to hope that they can just keep finding ways to win football games.
I mean, yeah, I have to, right? Like, I don't know. Yeah, part of me wishes it was like Duke and Mensa was coming to Eugene. Like, that would be fun. I also wish the committee had like the way the verbiage was written, that the group of 5, it didn't matter if they're a conference champion or not. Like, if you're the highest rated and the group of 5, you check both boxes. Congratulations, we're here.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if we're under last year's format, Tulane gets a bye in the 4 spot.
Wow.
Which would have been crazy.
That's wild to me.
Now, I will ask you guys this. As fun as it is to have like a Tulane or a James Madison in, would you rather see BYU playing in Oregon and then Notre Dame playing against Ole Miss?
Yeah, with the amount of like actual running their mouth that BYU fans were doing to Oregon fans, I wish BYU was also in Eugene, because they would get belt to rear end for the Mormon friends out there. Belt to rear end, and that would be a 50-point game, and they wouldn't cover either.
That's pretty bold to say. We might have to take this into the backyard or on the college football sticks and see what can happen there. But
yeah, BYU's winning that game. I'll tell you that much.
Depends on who's calling the plays.
True. I don't know if making this a 16-team bracket is the see-all, fix-all. Honestly, I think the best way to do it is just to shrink it to 8. But I don't know if people would agree with that statement. Because I think outside of the top 6, there's not really any team that I'm taking seriously. Maybe A&M, but I'm not really taking OU or Alabama that seriously as a championship contender. Miami, same story. Ole Miss doesn't have their head coach. And really, Texas Tech did somewhat struggle with BYU to start the game, pulled away at the end, looked a lot better than they did in the first half. But really, it's a 3 to 4 team race, in my opinion. I don't think you need to go to 16. Like, sure, let's put Vandy in this field, for instance. They might have a chance to win their first round game, but if they go play Georgia, it's not going to work. They're not going to beat them. You might have a shot with Texas. I think Texas got hot at the wrong time. If they don't lose to Florida, they're probably in this field. But yet they did. They didn't earn their way to be there. And I think the same can be said about Alabama not earning their way to be there.
Yeah, I was going to say, who do you think's the better 3-loss team, Texas or Alabama?
I think if we played a game, Texas would beat them right now. I think Texas has played better than Alabama the last few weeks. I don't think Alabama's looked like that strong of a football team compared to the tear we see them do in the middle of the season.
Yeah,
I remember watching Alabama play, what was it, Georgia, when they won that game, 24-21. And I was like, oh, okay, Alabama's turned it around from the Florida State loss. And then they go beat Tennessee.
Georgia?
I think it was Tennessee. But regardless, like, they went on a stretch in the middle of the year where I was like, that's championship football. But then you try to blow it against Auburn. Like, they really stumbled into the playoffs.
Yeah, defensively, I think Texas would have been better. And I don't think passing-wise Texas is better, but I think their run game is legit. I can't remember. What's the Texas running back's name? I have no clue.
I don't know, but here's your 16-team playoff. I like Notre Dame's path, man.
I'm telling you, Notre Dame should have been in this field. Like,
I know
they are an outside team that I think would have a chance, and they got screwed by the G5 stuff. But at the end of the day, they're independent. But why can't we consider them a G5? Because it's just not a conference, and they just take that chance themselves. So now they sign the MOU or whatever, to be saying like, hey, if we're a 12 seed at least, we're in, which is great. But now nobody's gonna want to play your ass. Nobody's gonna put you on their schedule. And you just gotta hope and pray that you have a good ranking to start the year. But then you gotta play cupcakes the whole season. You might as well be playing in the CUSA.
Right, you'll end up the next James Madison with a massive NBC TV contract.
Right.
My issue with all of this, and I've said it forever, is they're going to go to 16 next year. The SEC didn't agree to go to 9 conference games to get shafted out of the playoff, because that would happen if they stayed at 12. The SEC will have multiple 3-loss teams. The champion will probably be a 2-loss team. I'll put the 2026 schedule up here in a little bit. But there's no way they don't expand to 16. No chance. With that MOU, the SEC going to 9, championship games are going to go away. Like it's inevitable. We're going to 16 next year.
Perfect. So we're going to have at least 8 of those 16 go to SEC teams.
Probably.
Well, and so I think if you get rid of the conference championship games, I'm a little bit more okay with the 16 team field. Just
Agreed.
because like the conference championship game, it makes a difference for some, but not for all. And so I think if you just eliminate it completely, I also think it helps out Heisman Trophy talk or end of the year awards as well. Because if they give Mendoza the Heisman over Pavia, I think that's kind of a crook. I don't think that
he's getting it.
Well, I don't think he's getting it for sure. I think Pavia still has a great chance to win the Heisman Trophy.
I would just like to say that I voted for Diego Pavia.
As would I, because he was the most important player to their team in college football this year. Yeah, and I think that's how the award should go.
Why did they lose those 2 games?
Because he didn't play well. But Mendoza hasn't been like blowing the doors off. Like he doesn't have electric numbers.
He won the game at Penn State, and he won the Big Ten championship game.
Dante Moore won a game at Penn State, and he arguably is a way more important piece to the puzzle at Oregon than Mendoza is to Indiana.
I don't disagree with you, but he also threw for like 86 yards at Iowa. So,
like, the only good thing that comes out of Fernando Mendoza winning the Heisman is that we get to hear a speech from him again. Because that guy is
electric.
Kirk Cousins on crack. It's crazy, man. And speaking of Kirk Cousins, he just threw a touchdown to Kyle Pitts. Second one of the night.
Let's go,
Sat him both in fantasy. Not great.
Attaboy.
But in a 16-team field, I don't know. I still think you're looking at 5 or 6 teams. Just like you would in an 8-team field. Just put the best 8 in there. Just get rid of the conference champions and just put the best 8. Because I would argue here that Texas is better than Texas Tech. And they're a 4 seed.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'd certainly hammer the under. That's for sure.
Mm.
Texas Tech is really good at forcing turnovers, and Arch Manning's really good at turning it over, just like Bear Bachmeier was.
I'm just saying I wasn't impressed by Texas Tech's offense during that game, and
hey, you're not going to be.
Texas is going to do the same. Texas could do the same exact thing. And Texas is overall a better program. You can't say that they're not. I think Texas Tech is on their way, but they're not Texas.
Texas was real impressive this year with their squeakers at Kentucky and Mississippi State. And
if Texas Tech plays in the SEC, they lose 4 games this year, and they're not even in the conversation.
SEC is hardest place to play. Every week's like a playoff. You know what they say, Rob.
Right, and it's true. If Texas beats Florida, they're in.
Goddamn,
they're in.
I can't wait till fucking January 8th.
Like, can we just make this an SEC Big Ten playoff, please? Just get everybody else out. Texas Tech wouldn't even win 3. Texas Tech wouldn't have. They would have 3 losses at least in the Big Ten too. Michigan beats their ass. If they have Biff coaching.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If Biff is airing it out and we're tossing the rock, yeah, probably. I don't know. I will keep my peace on Texas Tech. I have a couple people I got to butter up before I crush their souls. Well, I guess I put it out there earlier this week to a certain. He's not a big Texas Tech fan. He's married in. He's married into it, if you will. But I said Oregon by 2 touchdowns.
I would too.
By Texas Tech?
Yeah. 2 touchdowns. Solid. If Texas Tech's offense is going to struggle, Oregon's offense will move the ball. They'll be just fine. It's easy when you get to play Big 12 offenses. What happens when you actually got to play big boys?
That's what I'm saying. They're not that good.
I know.
I respect them. Like
it's like
can't argue with it, but
are they better than Arizona State last year?
Yeah. Yes, they are.
It's like you flip one side of the ball. Arizona State struggled on defense at times, but their offense with Scadaboo was electric. Sam Levitt, Scadaboo,
they were solid.
Were elite. Scadaboo that's a whole different, psycho behavior this week, but Scadaboo was psycho all season. So it's like Texas Tech's defense really good, Arizona State's offense really good. Flip the coin. I don't know. They took Texas to the wire. Should have won that game because of targeting. But I am. I'm nervous for the 4 seeds.
In the defense of Texas Tech, they have absolutely blown the brakes off of everybody in the Big 12 this year outside of Arizona State.
Yeah, but is anybody in the Big 12 any good?
I mean, Utah was in the conversation. BYU was decent. But
Utah's only in the conversation because their AD is on the committee.
Who did they play in the non-con?
Texas Tech?
No, Utah.
Utah in the non-con played UCLA.
Okay.
Cal Poly.
Okay.
And Wyoming.
Okay.
And then they lost to Texas Tech and they lost to BYU. Outside of that, actually the Kansas State-Utah game was pretty close, 51-47. Sounds like a shitty night of basketball in the SWAC, 51-47.
What do you mean shitty night? That's a Monday. Let's see. Kansas State played North Dakota Army and lost. And who else did they play in the non-con?
Did I hear North Dakota State? How about Illinois State?
Dude.
How about Illinois State taking them out?
Good for the Redbirds, man. Good for the
Redbirds. That is crazy. That's biggest a crazy upset.
Biggest upset in college football history? ?
Well, maybe until next Saturday when James Madison goes into Eugene.
Yeah.
Or Tulane beats Ole Miss. That'd be a pretty big upset too.
Wouldn't that? I mean, that one would be huge. Just because they blew their doors off earlier this season in week 3.
I know. And if Ole Miss loses this game, they're going to have to rethink everything about that Pete Golding hire. Like, state of college football, man. It's reality TV. You just got to love it.
Yeah, it's wild right now.
Illinois State isn't even ranked in the playoffs, the FCS Division I playoffs. Made it to the semis or the quarterfinals. I mean,
yeah.
Damn, Villanova making it there. They're finally becoming a football school.
There's not enough love for the FCS.
There isn't.
So I suppose if it could happen there, because they do a 16-team playoff, right?
Yeah.
Yep. No, they do. That was more than.
Was it 20?
Is it 20?
20.
Is it 20 or 24?
24. They're in the 24.
But they started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which FBS should also figure that shit out too. If we're not going to do conference championships, guess what? Round 1, conference championship weekend. We pause. Army, Navy, respect. Then we're back at it. Second round, semifinals.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've heard the last 2 weeks is how crappy the CFP calendar is. It's just
Change
not a
it.
good calendar, and it's true. It really is.
But it's their own fault. You don't have to play games into January.
No, you don't, and you don't need to have kids signing in
December.
November. Yeah, or
But
December.
they also begged for that too because they were tired of trying to recruit during bowl season.
Get rid of the bowls? Are we going to get rid of the bowl games?
Whoa. No. Stop it. You stop.
I won't lie to you. There's a couple here that really excite me, man. There's a couple of these games that just get your football juices going. Just
How many more weeks of football do we got?
Including the NFL?
No, just college football.
You have till January 8th, right?
No, it's like January 20th.
Yeah.
But like that's only the one-off game. That's only the one-off. I believe the last bowls are done. Quarterfinals are New Year's Day. So January 8th is the last day where we have multiple games. So like a month. We got 4 weeks left. We got like 30 days college football. Any football game is a good football game. I don't care if the walk-on senior quarterback is playing for USF. I really don't. I'm going to watch the Cure Bowl. Okay. Am I going to watch the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl? Hell yeah, I am. Absolutely.
The Fenway Bowl, UConn versus Army.
Hell yeah.
You gotta be
kidding me. Right? Are we in watching the Trust and Will Holiday Bowl? Duh.
Is it the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl?
That's right.
UNLV in Ohio. That's a fun game. That's a fun game.
That is. Although Ohio doesn't have their coach.
Hey, that's fine.
Still no answers on that one. We got the Sharon Moore answers within 20 minutes. That one, not so much.
No.
The famous Idaho Potato Bowl between Washington State and Utah State.
Fun.
Utah State's coach just bounced to oh no, their old coach just bounced. Not their current coach. This will be the last rendition of the LA Bowl this weekend.
The La Bowl, baby.
The last rendition. No more. They said they're done after this year. This is it.
Honestly, though, like I think, and call me crazy on this. I think everybody's week one opponent should be whoever they play in this bowl game.
Hell yeah.
So you like Wake Forest, Mississippi State to start the year next year. Mayo Bowl, little revenge game for Wake Forest if they lose to 5-7 Mississippi State. Like,
but you got to
Vandy, Iowa, week one, that'd be legit. USC and TCU, awesome. Like, those are great week one games.
But here's the kicker: if you scheduled ahead of time for a game in 2033, you still got to play that game. Okay, so like Clemson this year would have to play Penn State in the opener. And then have to play LSU in week 2.
Be awesome. Yes. Like, give us the bowl games week 0. And you know what? Call it a preseason game. Don't even make it count.
Hey. I don't hate that idea right there, Rev.
I like it.
Call it a preseason game. It doesn't count. That'd be awesome.
Let the walk-ons in a little bit.
Yeah, like we get to see good football for the first 2 quarters, and then get to see a couple of different guys, and you could play them all on like the same. You could do half of them or a third of them on Thursday, a third on Friday, and a third on Saturday. Oh, hell, you might even be able to get into Sunday because football won't be started yet.
Hey, you should tweet that idea, Josh Pate, the future commissioner of college football.
Josh Pate, just on top of everything these days.
Beauty.
What a dog! Love that guy.
Michigan,
Texas. That's a fun preseason game.
Don't they play each other? No, it's Oklahoma. Oh, Michigan gets the Red River Shootout back-to-back weeks.
Love it. Love it. The Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. I hate that bowl name.
Me too.
Because Cheez-Its and citrus just doesn't seem like a great
How
How
combo.
about the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl?
I love the Gator Bowl.
Yes. Another one of my personal favorites is just the Valero Alamo Bowl.
That's going to be take the over. I don't know what it is right now. Take the over.
Well, and isn't there the ReliaQuest Bowl and just a Quest Bowl? Are those two separate bowls? Oh no, it's the Rate Bowl.
The Rate Bowl and the ReliaQuest Bowl.
There's just so many interesting bowl games. I want one of these to be a national Chumps Bowl where we get the two worst teams,
Worst college teams,
and you have to play your backups. You can't play any starters.
Freshman only bowl.
If they had a 60% snap percentage on the year, they're not allowed to play. Except for the kickers. But they have to punt and the punters have to kick.
The extra points have to be drop kicks.
I think we're fixing college football.
I think so too.
In this last 6-7 minutes here, you know.
What about how about Toledo and Louisville in the Bush's Baked Beans Boca Raton Bowl?
That makes me so mad because I still think Toledo's a playoff team.
Hey, it could be a playoff game if we expanded to 36.
Oh,
why not? Let's just do 136. Everybody's in, and we don't have a regular season.
It's straight eliminator from week 1. We just play eliminator.
Guillotine league. They can play each other when they're eliminated. You have a whole losers bracket too. You get an insane consolation champion.
Might as well. That'd be fun. I'm still trying to figure out which of these bowl games is going to be the addition when we go to 16 next year. I think the Pop-Tarts Bowl is certainly on the table.
Oh no, Cotton Bowl. I think it should be the Honolulu Bowl.
Bro, don't tempt me now.
You can't have a bowl game in Honolulu. You can't have one of the playoff games in Honolulu. That's not fair.
Kind of thick though.
Why not?
You should have it be the national championship then. Just build a big ass stadium in Honolulu to host all of the major winter sports events.
That'd be dope.
Oh, it'd be so awesome.
But like, here's the kicker, right? Like, we play the first playoff game on Friday night. Then we play Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. Let's just play all 4. We go Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Hawaii test. Yes.
Could
Clemson,
you imagine? It's Penn
Miami.
State Clemson in the Hawaii Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Everybody on the East Coast be like, this is so stupid. It'd be like, welcome to the sickos committees.
Welcome to the shit show, brother.
I think if I was going to pick any of these bowls to be the next, addition to the playoffs, I think you got to go the Vegas Bowl. Yeah. Vegas Bowl would be awesome as a CFP game.
How about the Armed Forces Bowl?
Gosh, some of these are a little small.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Give me the Tony the Tiger Bowl.
It's Tony the Tiger's Sun Bowl. Tony the Tiger's Sun Bowl.
I'm glad it's not the Frosted Flakes Sun Bowl.
Oh,
that is a little bit better.
Played in El Paso, Texas.
Deuce Mayonnaise
Bowl. Famous Idaho Potato Bowl would be awesome. You got to go play on the blue field at Boise State.
That's such an easy drive for both of those schools, too. Washington State, that's only an hour and a half. Utah State, that's only – what's that? 7 hours? That's not too bad.
It's a whole day of red zone.
Easy.
Duke's Mayonnaise Bowl. Each team has to lather themselves up in mayonnaise to go out and play.
Well, I think they dunked the coach in mayo at the end of it, or the player of the game, or something.
Losing team has to eat has to squeeze a whole bottle of mayonnaise in somebody's mouth.
Losing team has to lick mayo off the winning coach's chest.
Oh God. I feel bad for anybody that had to lick it off of my chest if I was a winning coach. Oh, it's nasty.
Hairy sweat.
Each kid
hairy sweat, under boob sweat, all of it, man. You're gonna get all of this shit in there.
We get that pre-workout that Jay Bird took one time.
Oh.
Oh, that's a great pick. How about is that Union Home Postage Gasparilla Bowl? Can't read that small. But that's a bowl name right there.
Game Above Sports Bowl.
Game Above Sports. I love that the Xbox Bowl became a thing because it was supposed to be the Bahamas Bowl. And then the Bahamas was just like, nah, we're not hosting that.
I'm surprised they don't try to go international. Why don't we get a London Bowl or a
Why is there no Brazil Bowl?
Why is there no Beijing Bowl?
Sounds like
the Tokyo Dome.
Sounds like a guy who would be like a 7'5" walk-on at a Big East school, the Beijing Bowl.
I was going to say, it sounds like a Panda Express order.
Yeah, it really does. The Cricket Celebration Bowl, also going to be a classic. You got Prairie View A&M versus South Carolina State. Two teams that not a lot of people know about.
Isn't that like the HBCU like national championship? Isn't that how they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we feel about Notre Dame taking their ball home?
Stupid, man.
At all.
I hate it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of shitty for the kids. I don't know if it was a team decision.
It sounds like it was.
Don't be so fucking butthurt. BYU's competing. They should have been in. Vandy's playing. They should have been in.
Georgia was left out 3 years ago, and they went down and kicked the shit out of Florida State.
Yeah. Have a set of nuts.
Yeah.
It also sucks because all these teams get an extra few weeks of practice. Get to have a little fun with it too. Like it doesn't go against your record. It doesn't hurt. None of that. Like,
well, the thing like for me is it's like coach or like the coaches, all of the kids who signed already in the early signing window can come to practice. They don't have to go to school. They can come to practice if they want. That's a huge leg up, right? Because now all those kids, the 20 kids that you signed, they're not going to come to practice until second semester if they are enrolling early, or they're not going to get to be there until the summertime. Like this is the one time that you could have them all on campus at practice. They don't participate, but they're there. They can be in meetings, the verbiage, all that stuff. Like it's such a leg up, and just take your ball home because your butt hurt is so stupid.
Yeah, like there's a part of me that wants to try to understand why you would do that. But really it's just like you are big dicking the rest of college football because you're straight up saying that you are a far superior team than the rest of them. Like, some schools really rely on these bowl games to, celebrate a good season. Or like, I remember when the Gophers got to 6 wins, everybody's like, hey, we're going to a bowl. Like, it's awesome. And to just to me, it's just kind of a disgrace to the game to just like everybody's been saying, take your ball and go home. I understand being upset and wanting to not play. Like, I'm sure there's teams that have declined invites to the NIT as well who have been upset that they didn't make the field, but that I don't know for sure. This just seems very out of pocket and just seemed like a way to get Notre Dame in the headlines still when it was all said and done.
Yeah, other teams that have opted out other than Notre Dame are Kansas, Kansas State, Iowa State, Florida State, Auburn, UCF, Baylor, Temple, and finally Rutgers.
Yeah, some of those 5 and 7 teams opted out because after their season had ended, some of the kids had already gone home, or they've already concluded their exit meetings, and kids are in the portal, and teams don't have coaches, and so they're like too much of a mess for us to deal with. So, but who was the last 5 and 7 team to step up here? Who's
Mississippi State, right?
Who was playing Georgia Southern?
Georgia Southern made a bowl. Good for them.
I'm scanning.
Appalachian State. This feels like a game of Where's Waldo. I don't think Georgia Southern's on here, Coach.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe they didn't get somebody to sign up for it.
Oh, wait. Georgia Southern against Appalachian State.
Okay, so it was App State that jumped in there and said, "We'll take the extra practices and the and the bowl games and all that stuff. Like, so appreciate App State. Shout out to you boys. Good job.
Yeah,
Thanks
give us
for-
another game of football. We love it here.
Right.
Love football.
Right. And thanks for wanting to play football.
Yeah.
Clearly not everybody wants to. I don't know. I would have loved to watch BYU Notre Dame in the Pop-Tart Bowl. Would not have been upset about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Notre Dame just beats their
Go
brakes out.
Cougs.
We'll never know. We'll never know. I would have
Never
liked
know.
to see. I would have liked to see a Vanderbilt BYU bowl. That would have been sick. You know,
That would've
Bird and I would have been on the first flight out to catch that game. I would have hoped for the
Nice.
Vegas bowl in that scenario. Could you imagine?
No scooters, though, please.
No.
Never again. Never
No
again.
scooters.
Chumps in Vegas would have been deadly.
Well, who knows? Maybe it'll be a New Year's 8 bowl or whatever they make it.
Hey, well, next year we're gonna have totally different teams. Next year that we might be on the whole Wisconsin train.
Oh
You
boy.
know, you just never know what's gonna happen in this thing. When you spin that wheel, you just don't know.
Yeah. Part of me is I'm itching to spin it right now. I need to
For-
ride the off season.
for our teams next year.
Who we
Since
getting?
none of our teams made the playoffs.
Who we get in the portal? Who we get in the portal?
Get an off-season team.
Was it this franchise mode?
Well, if I was going to spin the wheel right now, which I am, because you talked me into it, I would be cheering next year for the Michigan State Spartans.
Oh no.
Oh, that really hurts. I can't do that. I can't do that. It doesn't count. It doesn't
Let's
count.
see.
You can't do it.
All right.
Do
I
one
spun
for
it.
me, bud.
I spun it and I got Tulsa.
Boring.
Rev, spin one for me, brother.
And let's see, Jay Bird would end up with Ball State Cardinals. Little action there.
Chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp.
Ah, man, they
Brutal
did,
spin for the boys.
they were the start to my decline in sports gambling. Ball State was. Took them on the money line at home against Eastern Michigan. Thought it was a lock. I don't think I've won a bet since. Certainly trying.
That Eastern Michigan QB could sling the ball. It didn't matter if it was going to his receivers or the other team, but he'd sling it.
Oh man, this
All
wheel
right.
is crazy.
All right, boys.
Let's break it down. Give it to me. Alabama, Oklahoma.
Alabama wins, goes to Indiana, or goes against Indiana.
That
Lost.
is at the Rose Bowl.
Indiana in the semifinal. Oregon
All right.
smacks JMU in the face. They don't know what D1 football is yet. They're about to find out. Go to Texas Tech.
All right,
I
pause.
like the
Pause. A&M Miami.
A&M Miami. A&M for Sizzle. Easy dub.
Ooh.
I don't think Carson Beck's good at all.
Oh.
Then let's go to Ole Miss Tulane. Give me the Rebels.
Okay. Okay.
Then I think Georgia gives it to Trinidad Chambliss this game. Georgia semifinal. Ohio State semifinal.
Hmm.
Then you give me the Ohio State Buckeyes against, obviously, I'm going Oregon in that Texas Tech
Wow.
game. Yeah, I thought about it. Had a real good thought. I just think Dante Moore is going to do whatever he wants to that Texas Tech defense. They haven't played anybody as mobile as him either, in my opinion. So I think it's going to be Oregon, Ohio State in the college football championship on my side of the bracket, anyway. And
All
Who
right,
do you
Revo.
got winning it all?
I think Oregon's going to have a year.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
just for you, Dunham.
All right. I'm
Just
gonna
so
go
they
bottom
lose.
right to start,
Okay.
just for fun. I like
Okay.
Ole Miss, but gosh, there's something in my gut that wants me to take Tulane. Like everything's telling us Ole Miss, the whole coaching thing, they're gonna be playing inspired football, but like let's not forget, Tulane isn't like a pushover by any means. They've been pretty competitive all season long. But Trinidad Chambliss won a NCAA D2 national championship. He's got the pedigree. Give me the Rebs. Miami, Texas A&M. I kind of like what Miami's been doing lately. They've been playing some really solid football. Texas A&M has not been playing as solid a football. I think if you're going to look at this game coming down to quarterbacks, I think you're wrong. I think it's going to be the playmakers on both sides of the ball. I think Miami has more playmakers than Texas A&M, so I'm going to take Miami to upset Texas A&M in College Station. So go over to the left side now for Alabama OU. Whatever the under is in this game, I think is really the play. I think that there's not going to be a lot of points scored. I think if OU's defense can keep them in the game, I think that's their only hope. But it's certainly a group that's capable of doing it. Can't read that. It's all blurry.
It's 40 and a half.
This is a 16-10 ball game.
I'd agree.
Like it's going to be gritty. And I think in games like this, I tend to lean excuse me, more towards the home team. So I just think Oklahoma is going to beat Alabama. And then I'm going to agree with Jaybird. Oregon slaps James Madison. So really the only thing I have that's against the grain is Miami. Indiana, Oklahoma. I think Indiana runs away with that one. Texas Tech, Oregon. I think Oregon wins that game too. Georgia versus Ole Miss. I think we go Georgia again. And then Ohio State, Miami. I think that's going to be the most exciting game of the four because I think Oregon is probably a tier above Texas Tech. I think Indiana and OU is a pretty uneven game as well. I have Indiana way above them. Georgia, Ole Miss. I feel the same way about Georgia as I do with Indiana. So really, I think Ohio State and Miami is the closest matchup because Miami is a good football team. They've been playing super well. Ohio State's defense is just so good. So give me the Buckeyes, give me the Dogs, give me the Ducks, and give me Indiana in the semifinals. I'm going to take Indiana over Oregon just because Oregon finds a way to fuck it up every year. That's really my only argument. I also think that they've already played each other. I know it's going to be a revenge game for Lanning, and he tends to do pretty well in those. Indiana's just proved to be one of the best teams in the country. Georgia over the Buckeyes. I think Ohio State faces their first true test outside of Indiana. They're not gonna beat the Dogs, so it'll be Cignetti versus Smart in the college football playoff championship. And Kirby Smart, I'm sorry that I told you that you weren't going to make the playoff. Maybe you heard it and that was your bulletin board material that you needed, but I'm going to give you the championship right now. Give me the Dogs. Georgia Bulldogs over the Hoosiers.
I like it. Backtrack. I love it. It works. Last year, 12-team playoff, the home team won every first-round game. That will stay pat this year, except in College Station, where Miami will beat Texas A&M. I'm out on the Aggies. They didn't play well down the stretch. They played the bottom half of the SEC. I told you when we got to this point, I was going to fade the SEC. The problem is the committee made that really freaking hard to do. Okay? Can't fade the SEC when they're playing each other. However, Oklahoma's a Big 12 team, so they're going to beat Alabama. Oregon is going to beat JMU by 45, and the walk-ons are going to play in a playoff game. That's dope. Miami has Malachi Toney, who is by far and away the best playmaker on the field, next year's Heisman Trophy winner.
He's so good, man.
Ole Miss will beat Tulane, but it'll be closer than last time. It won't be a 40-point game. Last year, all first-round buys lost. The difference was conference champions. Okay? This year, you have a conference loser in Ohio State. Did you guys watch Indiana's defense play Ohio State last Saturday?
Second half, I did.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of it. I was too busy watching Jay Bird win a championship of his own. Shout out Jay Bird and T. Davis, boys.
Yeah. Shout out,
Thank
boys. If you can get to Julian Sayin and you can stop the run and keep it minimal, Ohio State's kind of inept on offense right now. I don't know if Jeremiah Smith is hurt. Carnell Tate certainly isn't at full strength. They're going to have 36 days off before they play their next football game. It's going to be slow out of the gate. Miami's going to have momentum. Miami upsets Ohio State.
I love that
semifinals.
I love that call.
Wow.
Dude, I'm like, if it was Notre Dame, we wouldn't be saying wow. Miami
shouldn't better than Miami.
Not according to the committee.
It doesn't matter what the committee says. We all know that Notre Dame started playing better at the end of the year. Miami.
Yeah, it's easy when you're playing defenses ranked in the 130s.
Yeah.
Difficult.
I mean, I agree. I like this Miami of Ohio State call a lot. Like, I hate Ohio State with a burning passion. But it's hard for me to like not pick them in a logistical standpoint. I do think that they're a better football team than Miami. That defense is so good, man. And if you have 36 days to rest that defense, that's gonna pay dividends. You know, they're finding ways to stay sharp.
Yeah.
All right. I also have Ole Miss and Georgia playing in the Sugar Bowl. Earlier in the season in Oxford, right? It was in Oxford, right? Lane Kiffin's first 5 drives, he scored a touchdown. In the fourth quarter, Ole Miss couldn't throw a forward pass. Chambliss struggled. The spotlight was too big. Georgia's defense here has the answers. Their offense has gotten better over the years or throughout the year. Okay. There was one team last year in the first 4 who almost made it out. That team was Arizona State when they played Texas. Okay. So Georgia finds a way to beat Ole Miss. It's close. But they beat Ole Miss. Georgia advances and will play Miami in the semifinal.
You mean in the Carson Beck Bowl?
In the Carson Beck Bowl, that's correct. Texas Tech, Oregon. I said it earlier, Oregon wins by 2 touchdowns. Very comfortable saying that. I'm pretty okay with that. Texas Tech's defense thrives on turnovers. Oregon's offense really doesn't turn the ball over. Dante's only thrown 3 picks this year. One of them was not his fault. One of them at Indiana was late in the game when he's trying to make a play and push the ball down the field. Oregon does a really good job protecting the ball. They run it really well. They should have their healthy receivers back. The core should be together by the time it's all said and done. So we should be good there. Sadiq should be healthy. When this team is healthy, they're a top 3 team in the country. And I have them advancing to the college football semi-finals. Oklahoma travels down to the Rose Bowl and gets Indiana. Indiana, 36 days off. Kurt Cignetti trying to get the boys humble off the Big Ten championship game. It's an absolute rock fight in the Rose Bowl. The teams are playing between the 40s. Punting left, punting right, punting down the middle. Indiana finds a way late in the game. Mendoza makes another dime throw and puts them in field goal range, and they kick it to win it. Indiana, Oregon in the semifinals. Different game. It's not playing at Autzen Stadium. It's not. Dan's going to have the boys fired up. They had to be humbled. They're rolling. They're rested. Oregon beats Indiana, advances to the national title game. Miami gets Georgia in the semifinals.
Wow.
Defense, good. Malachi Toney, dog. Gunnar Stockton can toss the rock. SEC's not very good this year. Miami, Oregon, in the Mario Cristobal Bowl. Oregon wins the national title.
You couldn't have given Oregon an easier path.
Give it to me. I can't wait for my heart to be broken, but I don't care.
Yeah,
Man, I still stand by what I said. I've said it like 3 times now. If Oregon wins the national championship, I will buy all of us jerseys.
The Nike card is full.
Love it.
I'm
glad you're ready.
I do think out of all the teams here in this bracket, I think Oregon has the best path to get to the title outside of Georgia.
I agree.
Like
this is where Penn State was last year, right?
In the 5 spot, I believe so. I think
biggest chumps of the year.
Yeah. I really think Georgia's just playing their best brand of football right now. They're playing so well, and that's why I'm backing the Dogs here. But a Big Ten, like you're gonna have 3 of the 4 semifinals spots be Big Ten teams. With and it's 1, 2, 3, 5. Like I know you like Miami, but I don't think realistically they're gonna have a chance to beat Ohio State.
I'm just going with trends.
Yeah. So Mario Cristobal is your trend that you're following?
I'm trending the 4 buys
this year.
I'm trending the 4 buys. Last year the 4 buys were despicable.
Right. But one of them was Boise State. Let's not forget that.
Yep.
Right? Like they didn't deserve to be a 4 seed. And I think even if you put them as a 12 seed and they go on the road somewhere, they're probably going to lose still. I wish I had a view of last year's bracket in front of me to kind of just see it.
Oregon was the 1.
I remember that.
Georgia was the 2.
Deal.
Georgia was the 2. Arizona State was the 3. Boise State was the 4.
Yeah.
Ohio State was the 8. Indiana was 10. Notre Dame was 7. I'm trying to go off the top of my head right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to find it online here.
Texas was the 6.
The 12-5 game was Clemson and Texas, and then Texas went and beat Arizona State in double OT in the Peach Bowl. Ohio State was the 8th seed, absolutely rolled Tennessee, and then they rolled Oregon.
Keep it going.
Penn State was the 6th seed. They beat Boise State. And then Notre Dame, 7th seed, beat Georgia. Like, none of those semifinal games were close except for Texas, Arizona State. So maybe you have something going with this trend.
It's 36 days with no football.
Right. So, like, I can see Oregon doing a good job of getting to the semis. I just don't know if I trust, like, Ole Miss and Miami to get that done. Now, Alabama or OU over Indiana, I think Ohio State did themselves a favor losing the Big Ten championship game by having to play either Miami or Texas A&M. I think I'd rather play one of those two than either Alabama or Oklahoma.
I think if anybody's going to beat Ohio State, it's going to be Miami. Texas A&M sure as hell won't beat Ohio State.
No. Well, I mean, I think Georgia would beat Ohio State if they get there.
See, I don't think they can. I don't think that they can. Georgia's defense has struggled. And
Ohio State's offense isn't going to blow the doors off you, especially if they're not healthy. I know you're going to get 36 days to rest, but
if Georgia's going to struggle to rush the passer with 4, because you're going to have to double Tate and Smith, so you're going to have to get home with 4, and they haven't done that all year. When they've rushed the passer well, they've had to send 6 just to speed guys up, and you're not going to be able to do that against Ohio State. They'll start running hitches and slants, and you're dead.
So what makes you think Miami has a better chance than Georgia because they can?
Because their D line, their D line can get home. Their D line's a menace. They got 3 guys up front that can rush the passer, and they're going to go in the NFL draft quite quick. They're day one or early day two guys. And they're big, they're beefy, they stop the run. It's one thing that was successful against them against Notre Dame. Notre Dame couldn't run the ball. And then you had a true freshman quarterback trying to throw the ball against defense. Good luck.
Yeah.
The thing that scares me about Georgia is they stopped running the ball on Alabama, so it didn't look so bad. Georgia Tech, they played patty cake for 4 quarters. They played Charlotte, they played Texas the week before that, and they played Mississippi State the week before that, and they played Florida the week before that. And Florida tested them in Jacksonville. So, like, the last good team that Georgia actually played was Ole Miss on October 18th.
Okay. They just beat Alabama in the
But Alabama's dog shit. They're bad. They're fortunate they forced a fumble in the Iron Bowl, or that game's over.
But they're there.
They didn't play well in a month. There's rumors that Ty Simpson's got a back injury.
It's all right. They're in the college football playoff. Who cares?
They're playing Oklahoma. I really don't trust the SEC at the moment. I don't necessarily trust Miami, but
I think an Oregon-Ohio State national championship would be insane. I think that'd be the best. I think that'd be the best matchup for ratings that you could get outside of Alabama, Ohio State.
I'd love to slay that postseason dragon.
That would break the Oregon curse. But if you lose by 30,
we can beat them in the regular season. We can't beat them in the postseason. Play him in the shoe, play him in Eugene, no problem. Not a big deal. Play him in the postseason in the Rose Bowl. Freaking doors blown off. Crazy. National championship, doors blown off. Third string quarterback, no problem. Doors blown off. So I'd love to slay that dragon. That'd be nice.
It certainly looks like Oregon has a chance to do it.
All right, boys. You guys look at the chat real quick.
Oh, I looked at it.
Bro, we got it.
I literally just saw the chat. I was on the wrong one.
We gotta end it now.
All right, take us home.
Right, boys,
take us with you.
No, don't take us with us.
Like,
bad for that chair you're sitting in.
Chumps out.
Chumps out.
Chumps out.